Welcome to Ellis Mowers and More. Today we're going to work on this 50-inch, it's an MTD Craftsman hybrid. It's like the Cub Cadet, what were they, the ZT2s or something like that, where they had the steering wheel on it. So, drives like a riding mower, turns like a zero turn type deal. That's what's going on here. And come in. Drive belt has come off of it, transmission belt, so I'm going to replace that. I was asked to replace the deck belt, try to make the steer a little bit easier, and something that I don't usually do, but I'm going to try here, is swap these rear tires out, because you want some new rear tires on it, as these are a little bit dry rotted. So given all that, we'll go ahead and get started with this. I'll give you a walk around what we're going to do here. We also need to put blades on it as well, which I should have here. We're going to try to knock this out. I'll show you a look around it real quick before we get all into it. Here next. Alright guys, we'll take a look. I will wash it forward before I take it back today as well, or tomorrow whenever I get finished with this. We've got, it's a ZS6700. Basically a Cub Cadet with basically like the Cub Cadet steering wheel models. 7000 series Kohler. Got to change the oil in it. 50-inch blades, 50-inch deck, and pretty nice machine. I think it's made sometime in the 2010s. I'm gonna say like a 20 with the 7000 series, probably like a 2015 or newer. One thing I'll show you that's a little bit different on it here in just a second. I'll show you here. So we'll get the model number and everything here from it. It is a 2016 model year. 247-204-100. One thing kind of weird though is this little key setup here, which is kind of something that I'm not used to. So it's got, you got to insert key and push, it's like a push button start, which is kind of weird. And then you have a reverse operation here also. So something that is totally not necessary, but you know, I guess they had a little R&D money and they're like, hey, if we sell this, we can, you know, make a couple $100 extra on a mower or something. Who knows though, but yeah, so that's it. Like I said, the transmission belt is off of it, and I need to swap the deck belt out, which I have both of the belts here, and the belt numbers will be in the description, as well as any other parts that I use here in the video. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of this and lift this up. If I can get up under here, I'll show you where the belt came off. So what I like to do a lot of times is just take the belt off of either one of the side pulleys or the top, or the PTO pulley for the deck belt. And then for the transmission belt, it looks like I can just pull, where's the guide pin? There should be a guide pin for this PTO somewhere. But looks like I can pull this guide back here on the back, slide it out, and wherever the PTO pin is down here, let's see if we can find it. Where is it? I wonder if this is all kind of the same assembly here to hold this in. Hopefully I don't have to drop the PTO clutch, but then it just goes around that tension pulley to the left transmission, over to the right transmission, back to your main drive pulley. This belt's pretty ripped up. I just need to make sure everything is good on it, and if it is, then it's just a simple belt replacement. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. Alright guys, I got the deck belt loose, and thankfully somebody decided they just wanted to put a 9/16 bolt, and that gets not only our PTO pin, guide pin off, but our guide for the belt for the transmission. So that is fantastic. So I just got to take those off. there is a spring that goes, let's see, there's a transmission drive spring under here somewhere that's right there that we're probably going to have to take off. If we go up top here, we should be able to see, I hope. Oh, it's underneath there. Ooh. It's underneath there where that pin, where that spring goes in. But hopefully the tension of the belt's not too tight to where we can just pull that out with a pull rope like that right there. And just pull that spring out and swap that belt out. A little tight down there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that taken care of, show you the alignment of it, and tell you the tips that I use to get the belt swapped. Alright, so here's the new belt. The old belt, so it looks like somebody replaced the belt at some point, to me. Maybe not, but there was a chunk missing out of it. It's very possible from where it came from. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm looking, this is not an OEM belt, so, and it kind of looks like it's a little too long. So it's very possible that it just slid off because of that. So I don't know if I can show there. I just usually put it in my foot there. It either stretched out or got a little too long. But I'm going to hop under here and show you what you have to do. So I showed you, the last thing I showed you was to take that bracket off, right? So when we get down under here, there's a couple more things you actually have to take off as well. There's a cotter pin here. And then you could probably just loosen it, but I ended up taking it all the way off on accident. The tension pulley right there. You have to pull the spring off. Usually, like I said, I use the pull rope. And then the other thing you have to take off, which I didn't realize, is this park brake arm, which is somewhere in this frame. It's right there in the middle. And it goes into a slot on the other side of the tensioner pulley, which you'll see. You have to take that pin off, put the park brake down. It makes it a lot easier to put on. And now what we'll do is get this belt on, and hopefully we'll be able to drive this thing around again. And then also put the deck belt on, and then all we have to do is change the oil and stuff like that. But also pull your plug for your PTO clutch. It looks like somebody's been in here and the other two-prong plug that was supposed to go on the PTO clutch was gone. I loosened the PTO clutch so that I could get the belt that was stuck in between the two pulleys off, and so that's done as well, and hopefully we'll just be able to throw it all back on relatively easily. Oh, one other thing I do want to mention. So before I forget, there are two for each of the transmission pulleys here. There's guide pins you can see right there. You can access them from up top via these provisions right here. It's missing one right there, but pop those off. You should be able to put an extension down there and loosen them up so that you can get the belt off and on if you're not able to just kind of slide them and squeeze them in between the pulley and the guide. Alright guys, got it back together here. Not too bad overall. I'll show you everything works like it's supposed to here. Like I said, we've got a little bit of greasing action and stuff to do. I'll clean up the machine as well and give it an oil change. So I'll drive around, I'll show you the belts, and then after that we'll wrap everything up. push button start is so gimmicky, so gimmicky. I don't even know why they did that. You have to literally hold the button down for like 2 or 3 seconds for it to crank, and then to shut it off you have to hold it down for, it says 1.5 seconds, but it's more like 2. So take that with a grain of salt. But either way, it works. Everything works like it's supposed to. I'm going to grease everything up here. Hopefully get everything a little bit, steering a little bit better for, it's not too bad as it is. And get the oil changed and the tires swapped on it. But to show you belt alignment, if I haven't shown you that already, we'll get down here and I'll show you. I'll lower the mower deck. So I find it just to be able to wrap it around either this pulley or the PTO pulley as opposed to dealing with the spring. There's enough spring tension on it to play with to where you don't have to do that. But yeah, so there's your alignment. I did not have to take those 2 pulleys off that you see right there that have the guides on them. I was able to just slide them in there, which is good. Now y'all know I did have to take that tension pulley off of the back here. We're going to just look down here one more time. Thankfully this thing's driving great now. But as you can see, we've got the guide here for the pulley on the back side. You have to bolt that in with a 1/2 inch. I thought it was a 9/16. It's a combination like pin for the guide for the belt, but a pin for the PTO clutch as well. Plug your PTO back in, align it up with the tension pulley, have that loose, and then once you get the belt inside it, tighten the tension pulley up, get it around the transmissions. I did not have to loosen those pins. I was able to get them slid in there without having to loosen them up, but it is just like a quarter or a what would that be, a 3/30 seconds or something like that, which I'll show you in just a second. And then your park brake lever, which you see up top here, comes right behind that belt right there. Just put the cotter pin back in there as well. So let me show you the pins one more time so that you can see those. If you need to take them off, you actually get at them from the bottom. I thought you got at them from the top, but those pins right there, they're like a quarter or a 3/30 seconds or something, 5/30 seconds, something along those lines to get right, and you're good there. So again, your 3 mounting points for your deck, like this, one on the other side, and then this one in the front. What I'm probably going to do is raise the front up just a little bit. It seems a little bit low at the higher settings, so a little bit of a rake. The rake would be kind of like this. So we're going to fix that. I'm going to grease everything up here on the steering linkage wise, take that cover off and do the same thing on that side, and swap these tires out and change the oil and clean it up. So hopefully I can get this done before I need to go make a delivery. And as y'all can see, between a 1.5 week time frame, what happens around here sometimes. The weather broke, and my goodness, do I have equipment everywhere now that has gotten dropped off for repair. All of this is stuff that's been dropped off for repair over the past week. 1 week. So we've got a lot going on here, and we'll get this thing done and finished, and I'll show you what it looks like once I finish everything up with the tires and all of that. Alright guys, got it all cleaned up, ready to go. It's literally going back to its owner tonight. Get it out of here, move on to the next one. So I moved up, it's just a couple of 3/4. You got to loosen the nut in the front and then tighten the one behind it. I raised up the front of the cutting deck so it wasn't raked down as far. It's supposed to have a little bit of a rake, but not quite as much as this one had. So new tires are on it. I just followed the procedure. There's some procedures online. Basically, just get the old tire off. That's the easy part. The new tire, getting it on. The last part, getting this side on. What you do is get inside, and I got a couple pairs of vice grips and just pushed it in and had a little pry bar and was able to get it on. These tires actually seated really well, so I was very happy about that. And they're on. So we're ready to rock and roll there. Gave it a good cleaning. So we got a cleaning, oil change, new belts. I swapped the tires out for, greased the front end, and the air filter was actually fine, so didn't have to do anything there, which was nice. So Ready to rock and roll. We're gonna drive this thing just a little bit so that you can see everything's ready to go before we finish it all up right here. So there we go. Not bad at all. Got it all done. Get a pretty good payday on this one for the repairs that I have done. Got a couple hours of work into it, nothing crazy. And just the price of belts and oil. And the little bit of oil that I used to lube up the tire to get it off of the bead or get it off of the rim and stuff like that. That's it. So very happy about that. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. A little bit different with the pull start and a little bit different with the push button start, and a little bit different with the steering wheel setup here. You don't see a lot of these machines. They're pretty good overall. They don't really back up very well, especially if you've got the wheels turned 90 degrees. But apart from that, they're pretty good. Basically just a zero frame chassis with a different front end on it essentially. So going back to the customer, should be ready for the season. We're going to move on to the next one because we've got a ton of stuff down there that's been dropped off at least in the past week. First week in March here, the weather just broke like crazy and everybody called me. So you'll see a lot more customer repairs coming down the line here in the future videos, as we ended up doing a lot of repairs over the winter. Got over a dozen riding mowers ready to go, and as of today, every single one of them has sold. So this is March 8th or something like that. And all the riding mowers I got ready over the winter, March 9th when I'm filming this, all the riding mowers I got ready over the winter have sold as of today, which is pretty crazy. But either way, I do appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. We got a lot of repairs coming down the